Today we are looking at some numbers and we want to think about what comes before and after, what is less, what is more. So we'll be doing one less, one more, 10 less, 10 more, or sometimes we might say one before or one after. So think about those words too. If the number comes before the number you're given, it's less. It's a smaller number. If the number is more, it comes after. It's a larger number than the number you're given. So let's look at the number we have for today. And I'm just going to find our 100 chart and circle that number right here. We have the number 58. And so then the questions we're trying to ask is what is one less or one before? And on the 100 chart, all I have to do is go back one spot to 57. So if I jump back one spot, I know what my number is. So I can write 57 right here. Now, what is one more? More means you're adding. You're putting something else there. So I'm going to put one more number on. And from 58, that takes me to 59. Now let's think about 10 less. So 10 less means I'm going back, because those numbers are before, 10 spots. So let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look where I landed. I landed on 48. So I really just went up that one number because I took all those 10s off. So I'm going to write 48 here for 10 less. You should probably have an idea what's going to happen when I add 10 more. So think about that 10 more. But let's mark it off just so you've got that visual image. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And look where I landed when I needed 10 more. It's really a drop below because these are 10 spots because I've marked off all those 10. When I come down one, that's 10 more. So I'm going to write my number here. So from 58, 10 more makes 68. All right, so now let's look at our base 10 blocks and show the same thing with them. So we want to build 58. So there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now let's build 8. I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I have 58. So when I say one less, I am taking one of these off. So watch, I'm just going to take one of those away. And now I have 57. So just like I showed there, I took one off. I'm going to add that one back now because my starting number is 58. All right, what happens if I add one more? I'm changing my ones digit because I'm adding a 1. So now I have 59. Okay, let's take that off and look at our original number. Our number is 58. Now I want 10 less. So let's mark that off, 10 less. So if I'm taking a 10 away, what place value is that affecting? It's affecting my 10's place value right here because I took a 10 away. So now I have 48. All right, I'm going to erase that. Okay, I'm back at my number 58. Well, now I want 10 more. I want to add another 10. Well, if you're drawing, you can draw a 10 stick. I'm just going to drag another one over here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 8. So that's two different strategies you can use for figuring out one less, one more, 10 less, 10 more. We really want this to become a mental strategy because you notice when you're adding 10s, this is the place value that's changing. Let me highlight that or mark that in a different color. So look right here. When you're adding or subtracting 10s, this is your place value that you're adding something to. When you are doing one less or one more, you're changing the ones place value. So think about that as you work through some problems. Let's do one more together. All right, so my next one says 35. So what is one less? Well, let's get our starting number. All right, 35. So I'm going to circle 35. And now this one's pretty easy, one less. So I think about this, one less, I go back right to here. So I'm changing my ones place value. 34 is one less. I took one away. It's one number before. What is one more or one number after? I just go one spot right there. I'm adding one to it. So it is 36. All right, now let's look at 10 less. Remember how we counted off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we ended up right above. We went one up to do 10 less. So look, my tens digit is changing and I have 25. Now look at the next one, 10 more. So just like we counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I land one below that because that ticks off 10 spots. So from 35, 10 more is 45. All right, so mentally, we could think about this right here. One number less, I know 5 goes down to 4, so it's 34. One more. If I add 1 to 5, that's a 6, it's 36. 10 less, this is my tens. What if I take one of those tens instead of 3? It'll be 2. That's 25, or 10 more. So I want to add 1 10 to the 3 tens. 3 tens and 1 tens makes 4 tens. So then I have 45 altogether. So let's look at the number 35 since that is our starting number 35. So there's 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So now we have 35. So let's think about that 10 less. In 10 less, you would take a 10 away. When you take that 10 away, you're just left with 2 tens, 20, 25. The ones did not change at all. All right, let's do away with that. Now let's think. We have 35. We want to add 10 more. So instead of 3 tens, how many are we going to have? Go ahead and mentally think that. Yeah, we're going to have 4 tens, which is 45. So that's 2 different ways you can think about adding 10 more, 10 less, 1 more, and 1 less.